How did you keep the faith that you were going to be a SEAL when essentially medically, because of your eye, that was preventing you and it wasn't something that you could like wave a wand around and fix? So how did you keep that faith and that fight in you to get that shot?
I don't know what it was in me, but I was determined to keep trying. And I pretty much had everybody tell me, God has closed that door in your life. You need to think of something else. And I did, kind of passively while I was trying to get back in. I was going to school and did some work in like the, oil and gas industry and really just did not like either of those options. And I don't know what it was that kept me going to it. I remember saying, to somebody that, when they were like, oh, that was a sign for you to like move on to something else. I said, well, I think God wants me to keep trying. If he wants me to do something else, he'll shut the door very, very clearly. Like there'll be no way. That was kind of my mindset. There was a lot of, I did have doubts. I was like, maybe that was him closing the door. That's a pretty definite, like when you're colorblind, that never changes. It's genetic. So I was like, I was like, I don't know if it's ever going to happen. But I also didn't have a whole lot going on. I had a humongous fear motivating me that I was going to end up just being a loser. And I didn't have, anything going for me. And so I really didn't want that. I wanted to do something specifically to make one of the motivators is something to make my family proud. I had been a screw up in school. The only thing I really liked and tried hard on was sports, but I wasn't a great athlete that was going to go to college or anything like that. I just wanted to do something to make my family proud, and that was like the main motivator, I think.
So when you got that opportunity and you were there and you got your buds, like how did that feel for you?
It was pretty awesome. I was very excited to be there. Like everyone, I think I was questioning whether I was going to make it or not. You have to be lucky to make it through. There's so many, injuries are a huge thing. There's just a lot of things that can happen to you. And so I was just like, man, I hope I make it. But like I tell guys that are going through training now, I said, God will shut the door if you're not supposed to be here. He's got a lot of ways to do it. He can bail you on things. He can break your legs. He can you can get super sick and get rolled out of your class. Like there's a lot of ways for God to get you out of this training. Your job is to stay in until he shuts that door. And so that was kind of my mindset. I was just going to do it and see if I can. I remember one of the instructors were hassling me and they were like, why do you think you could be a SEAL? And I was like, I don't know if I can. And he was like, what? And, they were kind of didn't like that answer. And I was like, I'm here to find out. And he was like, oh, I like that answer. I was like, I don't know if I can, like, I don't know yet. I think that was probably the only honest answer anyone's ever given.